Hey, David.
Yeah, hello. Reverend Ken. Okay, okay, then, yeah.
So, are you in the hospital right now?
Yeah, I mean, the rest, I just finished my rounds, yes.
How was it?
Yeah, it was good. The last one was very good. African American lady, very powerful in spirit.
Yeah. Tell me more about it. What's happening? Your visit.
Oh, I mean, she's in high spirits, and I was wondering, you are in the hospital, and obviously, this is not the best place anybody wants to be, but her face was so brightened up. She was not even on my list. I visited one patient. I prayed for them. But on my way out, the nurse was talking to me about my visit to the other patient. I said, "Was she awake?" I said, "Yes." When I went there, she was awake. And she realized that I'm from the chaplain's department. I mean, office. So she said, "Oh, come in, and let's talk." And she's powerful. I mean, filled with spirit, strong, very energetic. We spoke a lot about Christ, about church, her experience in the ministry. Uh, no more going to church. She's doing everything by herself. She goes to the neighborhoods to preach. Uh, the church that she used to go, the Reverend passed. So and she's a little bit interesting. He said that after the pastor passed, the devil took over. So she started going to the church. Very, very interesting person to talk with. And, I mean, we shared um, some verses in the Bible, talked about the Bible. Especially I think she likes Old Testament like myself. So we talked a lot about it. But she was telling me about her experience also during those days, civil rights days, because she was very, very active in those um, during those times.
Yeah.
She really,
Sounds
she,
like a sounds like a you enjoyed.
oh, I mean, it's not because of the civil, because she just, having that conversation, but she was very, very uh, excited, I mean, happy, because you could even see from her face, like, you may think that she's not even sick, because she's very, very energetic. Um, didn't show any sign of fear or something. And she said that, I mean, even though they are doctors, but she believes in the doctor up there, so she knows that very soon she's going to go home and we prayed a little bit. It's not like praying for her with closing eye, but as we were talking, we were just praying at the same time, which is also part of the way I pray. I've come to realize that there are through conversation, you can actually pray through conversation with people instead of just telling, okay, now let's pray, close your eye, have the kind of, I like, I mean, I don't know, it came naturally, but I've come to realize that people like it. And I think this is the second or third time since I've been here, I've done it because there was this lady, I think my second day, when I asked her if I could pray for or if we could pray together, she didn't like it well, even though she was Christian. We had a long conversation about her religion and stuff like that. She's a Baptist. But he said, no, remember me when you pray and things like that. So as we continue praying, I started using the conversation as a prayer. And she joined me and she was very, very happy, very, very appreciative when I left. So it's something that I'm exploring because I've read that some people also do that, instead of just preparing and praying, but you can use conversation as a form of prayer. Anyway, so yeah, that is what is going on today.
Yeah, good. Good to hear that. I want to hear more about the story. And I ask Reverend Joseph joining here. I want to greet him.
Hi,
Reverend
Dave.
Joyce.
No, Reverend Joseph is here.
Oh, okay, sure, okay. I didn't
Long
know.
time no see. Long time no see.
Reverend Joseph.
Yeah, we just talked on the phone, but I
Yeah.
wanted to see your face so I can
Okay.
share more. So I think, Dave, it's important for you to share about what happened today among you
Okay.
and me and then Chaplain Royce, because Reverend James is your primary educator. So I
Yeah.
think it's important for you to share that with him. He's your educator.
Okay. Thank you, Reverend Rush is not here. He's out. He just went out. So I'm just here with you. Reverend Kim, everything started last night. My little son was going through a lot of respiratory. This has happened for the past 4 months, and I think I've hinted you about her medical issues, which nobody has been able to diagnose. The doctors always complain. I say that, oh, it's just a fever. Oh, it's because he just started, daycare. So the kids, they come in with all kind of stuff and they spread it. So it's nothing. For the past 3, 4 months, I think we've been to urgent care for like 5 times already. We've seen his doctor like 3, 4 times, but we know that he's going through some kind of respiratory problem. And yesterday was very, very bad. It has been bad the last couple of days, but last night was very bad. So we decided to bring him to the closest children hospital over here at Mandela, which is very close to where I work, because we wanted to figure out exactly what is going on. He doesn't sleep in the night. He struggles. He cannot breathe, and you can see the stomach going up and down. This is family issues. So sometimes I don't want to just say it, but it has reached the point where I have to let you know that this is what has been happening. We don't know the cause of it, but we know that he had a serious problem. Breathing in the night, and it always happened in the night. We suspected that maybe it's the carpet because back in Jersey we didn't have carpet. I have a serious sinus problem, so we've never lived in a house with carpet. And what happened last night? We decided I have to go. So I was coming, when I was coming to work, I came with my wife and everybody so that we can go to the house and find out what is going on. Um, I tested Reverend Royce that I'm gonna be late. Unfortunately, the text message didn't go through. But even as I was, something was telling me to call him, but it was, I was under a little bit distressed, focusing on one side, and I know that he will get my test, so I didn't really bother to give me a call. But when I came here and he told me he didn't receive my test, you know, we checked on my phone. I sent the test 8:59. I sent the test to him. He didn't get it. And even right now, before coming to your, because I just finished my rounds, and one of the instructions was that when I finish any room, I should test him. We have a way of formatting the test because we can't put the whole the patient's name, we have a format that we follow, and the room number. So I was testing, and he still didn't get some of my text messages. He was surprised, like, what is going on between your phone and my phone? Just in this same building, I sent him 3 messages. He got only one. So yeah, and and he can bear witness to that. So when I came in, we had a sit down. He expressed, and I understand the frustration. I mean, I wouldn't be happy if something like that should happen, especially when I couldn't hear from my new employee. He still doesn't know me very well. We are still building that relationship, and all of a sudden I've disappeared without any communication. I think nobody will be happy with that. But he has come to realize I have to tell him about what went on, and he was even telling me because just last week one of the officers told us that the area is known for pollution. So some people are, when they come to the Lemoore Hanford area, they do experience serious, respiratory problems. So we should look into that. And actually, while I was telling him about the situation, he actually said exactly the same thing that the officers mentioned to us, that the area is very, very known for respiratory issues because of the farming and the pollution and the chemicals. So um, that is what happened, and I'm very sorry for this thing to occur. I'm not. I know it has been a challenge, and as I mentioned to you, Reverend Joseph, I've also explained to uh, Reverend Royce that I know all the challenges, and I've done my best in mitigating all those challenges because my priority this year was getting into this chaplainship program, and I'm lucky that uh, Reverend Joseph gave me this opportunity. And I know it's a unique opportunity. I know it's a great opportunity that I don't want to mess up with. But unfortunately, I have personal issues that is also interfering with that kind of with the opportunity that has been given me. So we had a good, very constructive conversation. I'm serious with what I do. I don't talk much. Naturally, I don't talk much. And as I mentioned to you, Dr. Ruben, first of all, I have 2 things that I have to learn to do, which is I've never been allowed to complain since my childhood. I've never been allowed to give excuses. These are the 2 things my father hated in this world: complaining and always having excuse. You should always accept your fault. Whether it's your fault or it's not your fault, accept it. You believe that if you look into it very well, you will see that you are part of the problem. So don't complain. Don't complain. Don't give excuses. So I try to do things that the way I try to always find solutions instead of giving excuses. So my son decided. I was telling Doctor, Reverend Roy, we didn't have intention. We knew that we were going to get another car, but we didn't really need car. But when it came to the point that I have to come here 4 days a week. If I was supposed to be here at least 2 days a week, we don't need any other car. But now the situation is that I have to be here 4 days a week. So I spoke with Ma. We decided we're gonna get a car, and even getting the car was a whole challenge because I don't know anybody. Everybody's like, go to this place, don't go here. These people will sell you a lemon card, a lot of and Reverend Kim can bear me witness when I was going to Los Angeles because somebody has recommended something. It was all a mess. It's a transition that I wasn't ready for, but hey, it happened and I have to find a way to mitigate it. Right now, last week, we've managed to bring my wife's mom, which is the grandmother of my children, from New Jersey to here to come and live with us. Because with all the circumstances going on, if she doesn't come to live with us, I will not be able to complete this program. And my wife is very, very supportive of what I'm doing. So we were able to talk to the mom. She has left her job. She actually moved last weekend. She's here with us to help us. In my tradition, grandparents, you can't pay grandparents for taking care of their grandchildren. In our tradition, we don't do that. But we'll be able to convince her that at least we'll give her some kind of stipend. You can't say payments. In our tradition, it's not appropriate. And she said, yeah, okay, no problem. I will come in and help. So behind the scene, I'm doing whatever I can to mitigate all these challenges. But I know that at the same time, I'm also making other people's work a little bit difficult. And I understand that, and I do acknowledge that. So all that I'm saying is,
So
based on the
David,
discussion,
I'm glad to know that you are a very responsible father and very caring father for your son. And your son is very blessed for you to have such a caring father. How old is he?
2 years.
Yeah. So
I mean, not even two, about 1 year, 8 months. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I have that baby boy, I would feel like I would like to do anything for the baby. Yeah. So I could, as another father, I can relate to you. Again, I truly believe that he is blessed for you to have such a caring father. So that's what makes us educators, director, and your on-site preceptor feel very frustrated because we want to support you. So on one hand, we try to relate to you. We see how much you work hard for your family, especially for your son. And then it touches our heart. So we try our best to support you because it breaks our heart when we see you trying your best. So that's one hand. The other hand, there's a structure of CPE. CPE is, like you know, to train you to be a good chaplain. And it takes structured format of learning, which is 300 hours of clinical experience, 100 hours of processing it together with your educator and with your peers. So this is structure that we cannot change. This is the promise. So as much as we want to give you all of this understanding, so we've been waiting for you, supporting you, giving you time. And there's, on the other hand, to make sure we train you to be a good chaplain, there's a structure that we cannot change. So that's what makes us feel frustrated. It's not about you. It's about this fight between this support and how can we follow this structure. So I just want to let you know that we really feel your heart for your child. And I have 2 daughters. And how can I let you know more about, we feel together with you. We feel with you, David. So you try your best as a father. So I salute you for that. So now I just want to clarify that I'm the director. And then I'm wearing this director hat. I'm wearing this director hat. And I have to be in charge of maintaining all this structure so that when I report to the ACPE, yes, we followed all the rules. And David followed all the rules and he deserves this full credit. That's what I need to make sure. Okay. So, and I was very happy, David, when you said today to me that from now on, you will not be late for work. You will not be late for class. You will not be late for individual supervision. I was very happy to do that, to hear that. Okay. So, and you also said, if that happens again, you'll cut out and drop out voluntarily. Did I hear right?
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, that's exactly what I said.
Right.
If anything should happen again,
Right.
I will understand the fact that I need to go back,
Right.
resolve my personal issues,
Yeah.
then maybe later on, when
Yeah. So
right time.
I would not say resolve my personal issue. I would say take a break until your family settle down. I don't see your family as a problematic family. I don't see it that way. Okay. But you are in the middle of a transition from New York to California. You are in the middle of this family support and care for this newborn baby. You didn't have a car. There's so many things up in the air. So instead of saying resolving these, family problems, I would say just wait for a while until this, settle down, and then you can come back later instead of trying to push it too much for yourself, too much for your son, too much for your family. So either way you choose, we support you. Okay? But
Okay.
again, I just want to remind you that supporting you is one thing, and then trying to maintain the rule and structure is the other thing. And then we have to be able to look at both ends instead of one thing. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So that's where I am right now. On one hand, my heart is flowing towards you. On the other hand, I'm thinking, how can I help David to follow this structure so that he can be a good and effective chaplain? Does it make sense?
It does make sense,
Okay,
Reverend Joseph.
right. Yeah. And also there's something I want to clarify, which is, so today you called me when you were in the meeting with Royce. Next time, I want you to make sure to call James because I'm not your educator. James, Reverend James is your educator. So everything has to go through James. Because Reverend James is going to write your evaluation. Reverend James is going to educate you. Reverend James is going to relate with you. Everything goes through Reverend James. So I'm supposed to be behind the curtain, like the Wizard of Oz. I'm behind the curtain, like, and not supposed to be seen by people. So just want to clarify that, okay? All right. So I think, another thing. So Chaplain Royce also told me that he sees a good attitude in you to be a good chaplain. You are very easy to make terms with people and staff and patients and family. You also learn fast about the hospital, the system. I forgot the name of the system, but I think he's referring to the chart system, whatever it is.
Yeah, the epic or whatever.
Oh, epic, that's right. Yeah, yeah. So he sees good aptitude in you. Okay. He also sees your effort to try to support the family and also the child. And his heart is also flowing to you. Okay. But at the same time, later he told me that he exactly told you the same thing that I said to you. So he also has to, maintain the structure, just like I need to maintain the structure. Okay. He needs to maintain the hospital structure. I need to maintain the CP structure. Okay. But all of us, David, are here to support you. David, do you remember what I said after you presented your first verbatim? Do you remember? I said two things. Do you remember?
Not what word, but I mean, it was the comments were very encouraging.
Yeah.
And
So
even though okay,
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
even though I felt that what I presented wasn't, I mean, up to the level or didn't meet the requirement that I was for, but you made me to feel like I made the efforts, and that was very encouraging.
Yeah. So I made two comments. First, I said I want to celebrate with you, David, about the fact that you wrote the first verbatim. You don't know how difficult it is to write the first verbatim. Now that you wrote it, you know how difficult that is. But before you write it, you don't know how difficult that is. Now you know how difficult that is. So that you can tell anybody who's outside CPE, you can tell them, hey, do you know how difficult to write verbatim? You don't know yet. You should come into CPE. You can say that because you did write it. Writing the verbatim, whichever way, is the first step. A lot of people are so shy and afraid so that they do not even try. But you did, and you made it through. You need to pat on your shoulder because you made it through. That's a big achievement. First verbatim, no matter who they are, is not for the sake of the quality. Because how do you know? How are you supposed to know about the content? You're not, there's no way you know about how to write verbatim because this is your first time. It's more than natural that you do not know how to write it well. If you wrote it well in the first time, there's something mysterious about it. You need to celebrate the fact that you wrote it. Number two, after you presented, people gave you feedback. You did not run away. You stayed there and you trusted the process. You trusted the space. You trusted your peers. And that's a wonderful achievement. CPE, Dave, I just want to remind you this. It's not about giving the right answer. Okay? Probably Reverend James has told you this 100 times. Maybe it did not ring the bell with you. I want to say that again for you. CP is not about giving the right answer. So Dave, I want you to let it go. Let it go of your effort to give the right answer. Let it go. I know you have been growing in this education field all your life. The classical setting is all about grading, is all about giving the right answer. In CP, there's no right answer. I can guarantee when you meet with patients, you cannot give them the right answer. If you have some patient who will tell you that, oh, Dave, you got me the right answer. How did you know my right answer? I have these 100 questions and you gave me all the right answers. If you can find one patient like that, bring me. I'm gonna buy you a cup of coffee. And I guarantee there's no patient like that because you cannot know the right answer. It's impossible. How can you become a good chaplain? By accepting that it is okay not to give the right answer. And just like you did today, enjoy being present there. That is the right chaplain. Why it is difficult, Dave? Because it is so difficult to let it go because we always want to give the right answer. Because I want to give the right answer, not he, not she. I want to give the right answer. I want to give James the right impression. I want to impress James. Like, I did the right thing. I did good thing. CP is not about giving the right answer or being good. It's about enjoying your presence with somebody in the room. When you could do that, they will appreciate it. In their heart, they will say to you, oh, Dave, Chaplain Dave, thanks so much for not trying to give me the right answer. Thanks so much for not trying to teach me something. But instead just being there and listening to me. Thank you so much, Dave. And Dave, it takes some trust. You need to trust James. You need to trust your peers because they'll help you to let it go. And don't take me wrong, Dave. I'm not saying I was born to be a good chaplain. I made thousands of mistakes at the beginning. I had no idea how messed up when I wrote my first verbatim. I just can't remember my first verbatim. And then I got blushed when I first time had a shadow from my supervisor. My supervisor was shadowing me from behind. I got so blushed, I got turned red. I turned red. I made so many mistakes. That's how we all began. You don't need to try to impress people because you're already good chaplain. Because Chaplain Royce told me that you have aptitude. Do you trust Chaplain Royce for saying that?
Yeah, definitely I trust him.
You trust?
Yes.
Okay. Do you trust me? I'm telling you the truth?
I trust you very well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Dave, can you let me ask you this again? Can you trust your peers and your educator?
Yes, I trust my peers and my educators. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much for saying that, Dave. Okay. So from now, I trust you that you will try your best to show up on time for work, for individual supervision, for class, and send in the assignments on time, never late. If something really, really bad happens, okay, then you can't come. Then it is okay still, Dave, because it means that you can just focus on your family support and care for a while. You can come back later. Either way is fine. Either way, Dave, I do not want you to give too much pressure to yourself. Okay? Either way is fine.
1 minute, okay. The light went off, so.
Good, yes. Okay, so Dave, would you tell me what you heard from me?
Okay, I may have to paraphrase.
Oh, Dave, hold on 1 second. Dave, I want to hear from you your commitment. What do you want to do? Instead of Reverend Joseph's explanation guiding you, our expectation. But now flip the coin. I want to hear from you, your own voice, what you want to do, your commitment. That's
So
the tip. Yeah, go ahead.
So I have committed to a couple of responsibilities now.
Mm-hmm.
One being that I have to show up to my clinical site the time that has been assigned to me, which is from 9:30 in the morning to 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I also need to be punctual with my supervision with you, Reverend Kim. I have to be on time with our Thursday classes, and I have to be on submit my papers on time in terms of weekly reflection or any assignment that might be due. So these are the commitments that I've also agreed upon. I have informed Reverend James during my Reverend Joseph during my previous conversation with him that, and I want to repeat it again. If I'm not, I know that you know life is not how we plan it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen even 1 minute, 10 minutes from now.
Mm.
However, if anything should happen, that might change or that might not conform to the commitments that I've agreed upon today. I myself I will withdraw volunteering from the program
Mm.
because I will acknowledge that I need time to put things right
Mm.
on my end
Sure.
before because and the reason I'm saying that because I've thought about it maybe even a month ago,
Mm.
2 3 weeks ago, because 2 3 weeks ago up to now the pressure was so much.
Mm.
I prayed over and I asking myself if it was the right thing to do at this moment.
Mm.
Even though it has been my priority, I love it. I love what I'm doing. And I was telling Reverend Ross, like, I have learned so much within this short period of time. Within 7 weeks of just Unit 1, and we are talking about Unit 1, I've seen so much benefit of what I'm studying now, even for my personal benefit, my personal growth, my spiritual growth. You know, I told you, I said, I didn't even know how to name my feelings until I joined this. Yeah, I didn't even know how to name my feelings, you know. But this program is showing me how important it is to understand your feeling and to name your feelings. I've always known the importance of self-awareness. I never practiced any self-awareness, even though I've been in ministry for all these years. I know I've heard about it. I know what it means. I've never practiced any self-awareness until I joined this program. Because now I have a reason. I understand why it's so important. Why self-awareness is so important. So for me, I've already started benefiting from this program before even starting the clinicals. So it's something that is actually at the core of my heart. Okay. But at the same time, as I said, I've been a team lead for so many years. And I would not entertain something like what happened today. Even though unfortunately I did send a message but didn't go to bed, I would never entertain something like that.
Mm.
So if for any reason, whether good reason, bad reason, whatever, if something should happen again, I definitely will withdraw. I will acknowledge that, David, this is not the time. Maybe God wants you to do this, but this is not the time. I will just withdraw if anything else you have.
Yeah, that's a huge decision, and I'm glad to hear that you made some self-awareness process about where I have to go, where I have to be. This is a really great process. Yeah, thank you. And I want to, like yesterday, one thing I want to see is your commitment. Once you commit, you can do it. For although you commit, you cannot, then you cannot. So my expectation is, I shared with you yesterday, but I want to make sure this is my expectation. Because as I said yesterday, I am your educator. It's okay. Like yesterday, you can ask anybody else nearby you. That's okay. But I want to hear from you what happened to you and what's going on with your process. So in that sense, communication is critical. Whatever happens to you, I know you text to Royce and he didn't get it. Maybe it happens. Then try multiple things. Text, email, and multiple things. Make sure there is a confirmation your message has been delivered to someone else, even me and somebody else. So communication is really important. That's my expectation. Can you commit to that? Communication?
Yeah, communication is very important. I understand.
Yeah. And I hear from you that you already mentioned about all the paper, which is you have a 3 verbatims and a weekly reflection, and mid unit is next week. It's coming week, and then book discussion presentation, and also you have a final evaluation paper. So I want you to commit all these things. I mean, that's what I expect you.
Yeah, I mean, because I understand the importance of, meeting all these requirements.
Good.
It's not something that the school is imposing on me or my instructors are imposing on me. It's just part of the uh, rules and regulations and processes and procedures of the ACPE, and I understand that. So if I want to achieve my goal as a chaplain, I definitely do have to follow those processes, and
Okay.
I do track the process.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good to me. And you have a resources, and call me, text me, email me, and consultation is always okay. That's my commitment to you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Kim. As I said, I'm also committed to playing my role as a student, as a chaplain to be. I mean, I know that you mentioned one time that we are already chaplains, so we should see ourselves as chaplains. So as a chaplain, but I'm still in the learning process. So my commitment is to make sure that I follow the process. I trust the process, follow the process, trust my instructors and my peers as part of the learning curve, and try to meet the challenges of submitting my assignments at the right time, at the appropriate time, uh, and meeting schedules, being able to meet schedules. And as I said, if anything happens again, whether it's the most difficult time, most difficult challenge, whatever it is, I told you I will just let you guys know, and I will just voluntarily remove myself. I don't want to be a burden to anybody. It has never been part of my life. I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I don't want to be a burden to any organization, and I don't want to be a burden to any group or any process. I would just I would just recognize at that point that, you know what, this is not this is not the right time for me to do this, and I
Okay.
will for myself.
Yeah. Once you have a commitment, I'm sure the fear of dropping off will be gone. So commitment is a strong energy. So then we don't have to worry about you will drop. And with your commitment, something happened to you, your kids, with a communication, early communication, what's happened, we can work it out together. So it is, communication is really key. Your commitment is really key. And CPE is really key. And then my final, Reverend Joseph, you have anything to share at this moment?
So Dave, I'm hearing from your educators saying that he is more than ready to help you extra. He's already helping you, want to, but he's more than ready to help you extra time, extra energy. But I think it seems like he really wants you to commit to communication. So here's my suggestion for you, Dave. Not just send him text message, leave him a voice message. Okay, let's say you are in the middle of like going somewhere else, so it's really hard for you to send email or text. Call him. If he's busy, just leave a voice message. I think that would be the easiest way of communicating if you're not in the situation of texting or email. That's my suggestion. But again, as your educator asked, notifying him in advance is key. Okay, in advance, that's the key. All right. And I also hear from Reverend James that he's more than willing to help you. Yeah, he has a big heart.
Okay. How's your feeling, David, right now?
Um, I mean, I feel like I'm being understood. I feel that I have good supportive people behind me who want to see me successful in this program. I feel supported. At the same time, um, what do I tell me? I feel a little bit remorseful. I feel a little bit ashamed in some ways because the reason why I'm feeling ashamed is because it's not because it's something I've done something bad, but it's because that's not who I am. My circumstances have taken me to this level. I've been an IT team lead for almost 20 years. I've trained people that the organization used to label them as untrainable, useless people. And I'm able to train all those people to be able to be productive part of the IT team, doing things that nobody gave them the opportunity to do because they were labeled. They were labeled and nobody wanted to do anything with it. There was this one guy, very, very good guy. I think his background is from Thailand. You know, he was labeled like not good, doesn't have brain. He was hired as a junior very junior tech support guy. They ended up making him to drive company car when somebody's gonna pick up something. Hey, come and drive me to this place. From an IT to driver that people use to just go around, And when he came to me and said, Mr. David, can you help me? I said yes. In less than a year, this guy started doing IT work, and he has been doing that for about 8, 9 years now. Doing IT work that everybody thought he couldn't do, and he's always learning and achieving and doing a lot of even complex IT issues he's able to resolve. So, I know what it means to be a lead. I know what it means to be a director with all these responsibilities to also report to higher levels. And you have to make sure that the process works so that you don't have to answer for somebody's oncomings. So I do understand and appreciate the fact that I have a supportive team that are willing to work with me to see me successfully achieving my goals in the the CPA program. That's what I can say.
Okay. Good. All right. I want you to write what you said about your reflection in your this week reflection paper. I want to see your process on the paper. You always said that you are a good writer. I agree. I want to read it. And I want to read it. What's your process and your commitment? Are you here, David? Hello? I think we lost him. David? Maybe I can text him.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back?
He was back.
He was back. Okay. Oh, he left. He's calling me. Hold on 1 second. He said he's coming back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's coming back.
Okay.
Yeah. 목사님 시간 많이 뺏겨서 죄송하네요.
아니, are you okay?
프로세스 중이죠. 잘하기를 약속한 대로 잘하기를 기대할 뿐입니다. 그렇게 잘하고. 예.
I observe a lot of feelings on your face.
그래요?
Yeah.
근데 가만히 앉아 있었는데. 이거 어떤 필링을 읽으셨어요?
This is my observation. Since I joined this screen, I cannot recall a word that you empathized him with.
다웃이 더 많아요.
네, 그게 empathize를 별로 안 하고 싶은 지금 empathize를 거의 한 기억이 없네 지금 내가 보니까. 그러니까 지금 얼굴에 다웃이 많이 보여요.
다웃이 과연 진실일까? 근데 큐리어시티는 있어요. 그래 한번 다시 시도해보자라는 큐리어시티는 있고.
네.
그리고 굳이 이 상황에서는 엠퍼사이즈를 굳이 안 해도 되겠다. 왜냐면 진행하면서 프로세스를 같이 하면서 반딩이 돼야 되겠다는 생각이 들고요. 왜냐면 그동안에 한 6주, 7주, 8주 동안에
너무 실망을 많이 해갖고.
실망도 많이 했지만 엠퍼사이즈 많이 했거든요. 이제 제가 얘기하고 인커리지하고 격려하고 그러면 또 울고 그러면 또 이렇게 많이 그런 프로세스 몇 번 했는데 이렇게 발목이 되니까 굳이 그것이 어떤 의미가 있을까라는 생각이 굳이 진심이 있는 엠퍼타이즈가 무엇일까라는 생각도 들고 뭐. 근데 그게 표정으로 드러나요, 목사님?
내가 항상 얘기했잖아요. 다 얼굴은 속일 수가 없어.
가면을 쓰고 다녀. 그러고 싶지 않은데.
아니 근데 내가 입장을 바꿔나고 해도 나 같으면 열받을 것 같아. 네.
아, 근데 열은 지금 없어요. 열은 없고 다운만 있어요. 다운.
음.
다운.
근데 그게
그
표시가 너무나 좀.
정도예요. 그냥 가만히
네.
있었는데.
네, 이거 혹시 이거 녹화 안 했죠?
녹화했어요.
그러면 나중에 한번 보세요. 본인 얼굴 표정.
음.
네. 얼굴에 너무 표시가.
그거 별로 좋지 않은데.
그래서 이제 그러니까 이게 어려운 게 뭐냐면은 자, 내 theory가 living human document. living human
음.
document라는 뜻은 그걸 practice 한다면은 you keep your curiosity until the end and
그쵸.
allow the students to be unknown until the end. 그런 뜻이잖아요.
I think, hey, David, did you come?
This is okay.
Okay. All right. Very simple final words.
Okay.
Write reflection paper this week and demonstrate your process and what you said, what you shared.
Okay.
And I want to read it. That's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Dave.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for your love for people, love for your family, and thank you for trusting CP process.
Thank you very much, Reverend James. Reverend Joseph. And I thank you so much for the time, for your consideration and for giving me the opportunity, because for me, this is an excellent opportunity. I know it's not easy to get this kind of opportunity, but through your help and support, I've been here and I'm doing my best not
Yeah.
to achieve whatever the reason why you brought me. I want to one day. I don't know why, but I know that one day you're gonna tell me what you saw in me that made you to give me this opportunity.
Mm.
And that's why I'm doing everything I can.
Right. I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Thank you so much.
I'll see you next time.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So next Tuesday, no supervision, right?
No supervision. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll have more time to work on my stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Anytime, just contact me if you have a question.
Okay, I will do.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And sorry for all that happened.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
네, 목사님.
쉽지 않죠, CP.
네, 쉽지. 이 다웃이 좀 너무 커요. 아니, 계속 어떤 생각이 드냐면,
네,
그 늑대와 소년 같은 얘기를 자꾸 듣는 기분이네. 그래서 뭐
맞아요.
예.
만약에 이건 조금 안 맞는 비유인데
네.
만약에 그 데이브가 목사님 아들이라면 어떻게 할까?
데이브가
비슷한 비헤이블 패턴을 보이는 아들이다. 그럼 어떻게 할까? 이런 상황에서.
제
다운할 것 같은데.
아들한테 그렇게는 하진 않았지만 혼내겠죠. Be responsible, make your choice, then responsible. and 그렇게 얘기할 것 같아요.
맞죠. 근데 데이브는 아들이 아니죠.
네, 아들이 아니죠.
그렇죠. 근데 이게 이제 심퍼티와 엠퍼티의 차이 같아요. 심퍼티라는 거는 뭐냐면은 뭐 목사님 잘 알겠지만 이게 내 아들하고 살짝 헷갈리는 거죠. 내 가족하고 살짝 헷갈리는 거. 그게 심퍼티고 심이란 거는 완전히 하나다라는 거잖아요. 근데 엠퍼티는 이 사람하고 나하고는 가족이 아니야. 이 사람하고 나하고는 여전히 다른 사람이고 우리는 라인이 그어져 있고 나는 여전히 이 사람을 모르는 거야. 그게 엠퍼티죠. Ironically. 반대죠, 반대. 그래서 우리가 어떤 사람의 학생들에 대해서 그러니까 너무 심하게 화가 난다든지 물론 So don't take me wrong. 제가 제임스 목사님 입장이라도 나한테 이러고 나도 마이클한테 눈 뒤집어지도록 열받았는데 근데 이제 그냥 perspective 얘기하는 거예요. 그게 이제 ironically 학생들한테 sympathy를 느끼느냐, empathy를 느끼느냐를 한번 생각해 보면은 도움은 되는 것 같아. 내 눈으로 보면. 근데 내가 이 사람한테 딱 해서 딱딱딱 해야지라는 건 어떻게 보면 이건 sympathy일 가능성이 좀 있다는 거죠. 내 가족처럼 내가 대도 되겠다. 또는 가족처럼 대하고 싶다.
그런 마음은 없어요. 그냥
없죠. 그러니까
정확하게 그냥 바운드리가 없고,
그렇죠.
예,
정확하게 바운더리가 그어졌다는 거는 그렇다면 I need to leave him as an open book until the end. Leave him as unknown until the end, and I'm gonna stay curious. 그게 empathy죠.
큐리어스도 있지만, 큐리어스가 그냥 큐리어스가 아니라 I have a curiosity with my doubt. Because my
그게
doubt energies are so strong that I'm so
네,
curious if he will make his promises.
네,
I doubt
네.
it. Yeah, 굉장히
그게 맞는 거예요. 그러니까 제임스 목사님이 그게 맞는 필링이에요. 근데 그거를 지금 내가 이제 recommend하는 건 뭐냐면 either or로 보는 것보다는 지금은 how you sound to me is like either or. 진짜로 말하는 거 맞는가? 가짜 아닌가? 이건가 저건가? A or B 이렇게 들리거든요. A or B라기보다는 doubt 이런 건 당연하죠. 왜냐하면 지금까지 비율 표현을 그랬으니까 그것도 당연하고 doubt도 있고 and I still have hope, I still have curiosity. A and B, A or B가 아니고 그게 이제 그 제가 좋아하는 파크 파우머가 항상 얘기하는 거거든요. both and라는 게. 그러니까 진짜 학생이 이렇게 비협했다. 나쁜 놈이지.
네.
그래서 누구라도 나 같아도 열받죠. 그리고 이런 말 하면 아 진짜 웃기고 있네 이런 말이 당연히 들죠. 그게 잘못됐다는 게 아니고
네.
그걸 하면서도 마음속에서 이거 봐라 나한테 지금 진짜 말하는 건가 거짓말하는 건가 A or B, B or A, truth or lie 이렇게 하는 것보다는 여전히 behavior 패턴이 똑같은 behavior 패턴이 있네 B and 그리고 로이스도 뭐 애투드를 봤다 그러고 조세 목사님도 뭐 가능성이 좀 있다고 얘기하는 것 같고 두 개가 다 있을 수도 있겠네. 이렇게 보는 거가 그렇게 차이가 있다는 거죠.
네, 무슨 말인지 이해했어요. 네.
네네. 네. 그래서 그렇게만 도와준다면은 그러면은 이제 이게 이 학생을 대할 때 엠퍼티도 나올 수 있다는 거죠. 왜냐하면 엠퍼티는 그 사람의 가능성을 보면서 내가 하는 거잖아요.
그렇죠.
그러니까 네,
네.
다우트 계속 하면서 또 엠퍼티도 하는 거죠. 그래서 educate 할 때 우리가 response를 both end로 할 수 있다는 거죠. 이런 친구들한테도. 근데 우리가 이게 A or B가 되면 사실은 내 안에서 그 결론을 내린 거거든. 이건 B다. 말은 A or B라고 하는데 사실은 마음의 결정을 다 B라고 내리면 그러면 우리가 이 친구들 대하는 태도가 하나로밖에 쫙 안 나오는 거죠. That's my observation today.
Thank you. Thank you for that observation. I need to work on that.
제가 그 유튜브 비디오를 2개를 보내드릴게요. 재밌는 비디오인데 그 제가 보여드리고 싶은 거는 두 번째인데 두 번째를 이해하려면은 첫 번째를 봐야지 이해가 되거든요. 첫 번째는 첫 번째는 별로 중요한 건 아니고 두 번째가 중요한데 첫 번째를 반드시 보고 두 번째를 봐야 돼요.
보내주세요.
네.
네. 그리고 그 파커 파머 얘기해서 제 뒤에 책이 파커 파머 책이 하나 산 게 있어요. 그래서 그 집으려고
뭐 샀어요?
잠깐만요. 물통이 제가 읽으려고 샀는데 채플린이 읽고 싶어가지고 줬다가 받았어요.
뭐예요?
보여요?
안 보여요.
네.
보인다. 이제 보인다.
파커 파머 Let Your Life Speak.
Let Your Life Speak. 오케이. 그거는 내가 안 읽어봤어요. 제가 파커 파머 중에서 좋아하는 거는 Hidden Wholeness. 히든 홈네스는 뭐를 얘기하느냐면은 그 학생이나 환자의 마음이 얼마나 그 세크릿한지 그거를 오픈하는 데까지 정말 정말 노력을 많이 해야 된다. 정말 우리가 귀하게 살살 대접해야 된다. 뭐 그런 주는 얘기고 그게 히든 홈네스고. 그래 거기 보면은 그 third thing이 나와요. 그 다음에 비유를 어떻게 하냐면은 인간의 마음은 우리가 이제 들판이 있고 저기 끝에 숲이 있어요. 그런데 그 숲의 그 라인에 사슴이 살짝 고개만 살짝 내밀고 이쪽을 쳐다보는 거 들판을 나갈까 말까 그런 것 같은 것이 인간의 마음이다. 그렇게 표현했는데 난 그게 지금도 잊혀지지 않는데 그래서 그러면 그 인간의 마음을 이렇게 우리가 바깥으로 내기 위해서는 정말 우리가 마음이 조심하고 세이크릿하게 대해줘야 되고 노력해야 되고 하는데 그럼 그 중에 하나가 뭐냐? 그게 이제 third thing이다. 자기가 눈치를 못 채게 다른 제3의 것을 이렇게 통해서 자기도 모르게 쑥 나올 수 있게 그게 뭐 그림도 되고 시도 되고 뭐 이런 거다 뭐 그런데 그게 그 내용이고 그 다음에 이제 courage to teach는 그건 유명한 책이고
그거 읽었죠. 예.
네, 그 책에 보면 이런 표현이 나와요. 뭐냐면은 그 사람이 보트핸들을 되게 좋아하거든. 그 이제 이론은 되게 쉽게 보였어요. 근데 해보니까 그게 어렵고 또 진짜 효과적인 게 뭐냐면 예를 들어서 이런 거죠. 티처는 또는 에듀케이터는 그 학생들한테 그 hold space, provide space가 중요하다. 어떤 space냐면은 both end space를 줘야 된다. 하나는 마음이 너무나 편안하게 모든 걸 다 오픈할 수 있도록 편안하게 해주는 그런 그리고 and 그 사람이 마음을 이렇게 해야 될 어떤 그런 responsibility에 대해서 이렇게 은근히 그러면서 끊임없이 프레셔를 가해주는 accountability를 챙기는 두 개를 다 해는 both and 그런 스페이스를 홀드하는 것이 에듀케이터다 이렇게 됐어요. 근데 나 그거 너무 좋은 말이다 해가지고 막 썼거든 내 페이퍼에다가. 해보니까 한쪽으로 가는 거야. 그 이쁜 애한테는 계속 릴렉스하고 막 이쁘게 막 홀드 스페이스 이렇게 해주고 싶고 나쁜 놈 마음에 안 드는 놈한테는 계속 줘받고 싶은 거야. 그게 보트엔드가 진짜 힘들더라. 그 이쁜 놈한테도 계속 어카우너빌리티 하는 그걸 이제 계속 쭉 프레셔를 주고 힘들고 미운 놈한테도 오픈하고 트러스트 할 수 있는 그런 릴렉스 할 수 있는 그런 스페이스를 계속 준다는 그게 진짜 힘든 거예요. 보트엔드.
그렇네요.
근데 그 컨셉이 리빙 휴먼 다큐멘트하고 연결돼 있어요.
알았습니다, 목사님.
그리고 최수 목사님이 오늘 나한테 챌린저스 땡큐.
아, 이메일이요?
예, 그 중요한 디시전 메이킹 하는데 내가 프라이머리 에듀케이터에서 그 자리에 없었던 것이 난 디서포인트.
네.
아주 굿 챌린지. 그거는
네.
나중에 루브릭에 그게 있거든요. 너의 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 에듀케이터에 대해서도 네가 컨스트럭티브 크리틱 할 수 있느냐? 그 굿 example. 이렇게 했다. 그리고 내 C가 그거를 잘 받았다. 그래서 고쳤다. 그거는 아주 successful example로 올리면 될 것 같아요. 아주
어,
굿. Thank you
땡큐
for
for,
that.
땡큐. 그냥 솔직하게 감정을 나눈 거예요. 그냥 감사합니다. 예.
그거를 잘 못하는 사람이 있는데 목사님 그거를 아주 예의 바르게 잘 하시고 네 좋아요. 그거 굿 example로 이렇게 올리면 될 것 같아. 그거 저기 뭐야 이메일 한 거를 저기 뭐야 에비던스로 써도 돼요.
그래요?
그럼요.
네.
그런 것도 이런 것도 다 이제 에비던스. 이런 거 잘 저 하나하나 기록해 놨다가 거기다가 이제 쓰면 돼. 나중에 물부리게다 올리면 돼. 그리고 심지어 내 C가 그걸 인정했다. 이렇게 써요.
음,
그리고 고맙다고 그랬다. 배웠다고
음,
그랬다. 이거 다 이제.
감사합니다.
네, 하여튼 뭐 잘하고 있습니다. 제 속사님. 이거 뭐 왜냐면 이 보니까 이게 리얼이잖아요. 우리는 CP는 리얼로 하기 때문에 그냥 앉아서 뭐 띠어리하고 뭐 이렇게 이걸로 끝나는 게 아니고 우리는 리얼로 하기 때문에 예. 이런 거를 거쳐야지 서리파이가 되는 거예요.
아,
네.
아,
이거 안 거치고 가만히 있으면서 그냥 내 마음에 드는 애들하고 이렇게 해서 이렇게 해서 잘 이렇게 하면 좋겠다. 천만 말씀. 그렇게 서리파이 되는 사람은 한 명도 없어요. 반드시 이런 게 와요. 반드시. 그런데 이게 이제 언제 서리파이 되느냐? 다음에는 이렇게 왔을 때 내가 그거를 BDTR 하고 셀프 슈퍼비전에서 얼터너티브를 찾아서 디퍼런트 인터벤션 했는데 그게 work better 했어. 그게 example이 딱 나오잖아요. 그러면 이제 서리파이.
주여란. 야, 오겠죠. 뭐 언젠가는. 가는
이게
날이 참 멀다.
나도 이 얘기를 내가 들었잖아요. 나도 이 얘기를 들으면서 했는데 나 진짜 이런 얘기 들으면 열받더라고. 그래서 속으로는 야 진짜 웃기고 있네. 난 그런 안 올 것 같다. 뭐 그러면서 했는데 오더라고. 예. 근데 그거를 알아요. 리더들이. 거기 그 커뮤니티 들어온 사람들이 다 알아요. 질문 한 두 개만 하면은 다 보여요. 그게 통과한 사람과 통과 안 한 사람은 다 보여요. 거짓말같이 다. 거짓말 같아. 진짜 거짓말 같아. 그래, 통과할 때쯤 다 되면은 그 사람들이 페이퍼에서 벌써 그걸 알고 맞이하는 태도가 틀려 벌써. 페이퍼가 벌써 틀려. 냄새가 페이퍼에서 나요. 근데 페이퍼에서 이상하다. 보면은 나만 그렇게 생각하는 거 아니야. 거기 벌써 그렇게 생각하는 C가 벌써 몇 명 있어. 그러면 그 사람은 그 CC는 한 시간 내내 그 두 줄 맞는 거야. 그걸 계속 답을 할 때까지 두 줄 맞는 거야. 그걸 답을 안 하고 계속 미적거리고 이러면 계속 더 이제 알죠. 더 이렇게 하는. 그러면 주 터지고 나오는 거지. 그러니까 이거는 뭐 어떻게 돌아갈 수 없어요.
아, 참. 해보죠, 뭐.
잘하고 있습니다. 지금 아주 잘하고 있고
네.
다른 CC들에 비해서 제가 객관적으로 볼 때는 더 지금 그 process reflection 그런 in-depth나 advancement가 더 지금 많이 나간 것. 근데
네.
한 가지 걱정하는 거는 너무 좀 본인을 푸시하지 마시고 이렇게 좀 칭찬도 하면서 잘하고 있으니까 하시고 혹시 만약에 여름 윤이 끝나고 쉬고 싶으면 가을에 쉬어도 돼요. 네, 그때 그리고 페이퍼 쓰시고 원하시면
그렇죠. 예, 예.
네, 그렇게 하셔도 돼요.
알았습니다, 목사님.
네, 그러니까 이번
예.
여름도 아마 제가 뭐 미리 장담할 수는 없지만 아주 편안한 그런 게 될 거예요. 여름 좀 조금 쉬고 가을에는 더 쉬고 그리고 이제 뭐 가을 뭐 예를 들어서 anytime 가을 페이즈 1 마치고 그리고 바로 넘어가고 이러면 될 것 같아요.
Sounds like a plan.
예. 그리고
예.
로이가 보냈던가 누가 보냈던가
맞아요. 제가, 예,
어
5월
그거
5월 30 며칠 날,
네.
ACP 쪽으로 보냈더라고요. 제가,
아니 근데 거기에 보면 그건가 그거 앞인가 뭐 새로운 requirement가 있다고 보낸 거 봤어요?
아니요, 자세히 못 봤는데요. 그냥,
그거 읽어봐요. 그거 무슨 리더십 트레이닝을 받아야 된다 이런 거 오더라.
그거 이메일 왔어요.
그거는
예.
그거는 제가 뭘 말 안 하더라도 목사님이 그거를 챙겨야 돼요. 그런 거는.
근데 이제 제가 그 스케줄을 봤는데,
네.
제가 할 수 있는 스케줄이 지금 아니에요. 그래서 아예
음,
페이스 2로 가면 할까 생각 중이에요. 지금은
오케이.
아들 졸업식 가고 결혼하고
오케이. 음.
이러는데,
아니
이건
그러니까 뭐
거의,
목사님이 스케줄을 봤으면 뭐 난 땡큐. 됐어요.
예, 그 스케줄은 봤어요, 제가.
오케이.
예. 봤는데
음,
거기 정확하게 나왔더라고. 페이스 2인 사람과
음,
티오리 페이퍼 통과한 사람은
음,
이것들 제발 들으라고.
음,
꽤 길던데요. 꽤 긴 시간 동안에요. 그래서,
맞아.
이 커미트먼트가 굉장히 많다, 이거는
그게
생각되더라고.
그게 이제 지금 입장에서 보면은 되게 부담스러운데 나중에 이제 해보면은 그 땡큐 할 거예요. 왜냐면 그 행정이거든, 행정. 행정은 진짜 힘들어요. 그거 미리 막 몰라놓으면, 안 배워놓으면은 나중에 C 되고 난 다음에도 너무 힘들어요. 나는 보통은 이제 뭐 몸에 부딪혀서 진짜 죽을 똥살똥 하면서 배우는 건데, 아, 그거 진짜 너무 힘들어요. 미리 배우시면 땡큐해야 돼.
보겠습니다, 제가.
그래요, 김 총장 오늘 수고했습니다. 그리고 뭐,
목사님, 땡큐.
네, 푹 쉬세요.